so bold to actually make the statement that if you focused on the teachings and the messages, the paragraphs, the words of the Book of Love for 40 days, we'll say, I would venture to say to you, to every seeming problem or situation that is uncomfortable for you now, or everything that you have wanted to shift and change would happen. Do I dare make a statement like that? But that would mean that you would need to live with these messages. Let it be a devotional practice in the morning, even if you have to get up 30 minutes extra, so that your attentiveness is focused on the truth that is spoken there. And therefore the law is fulfilled by the inactivity of any resistance to the nature of grace that fulfills itself from its principles and its own nature. And then as you read, and the more you stay with it, the more focused, then you're in perfect alignment with the law of attraction. Attracting your original design to you, which it already is, but at least attracting it to you at a level of awareness where you know yourself to be that. And anytime you identify with a truth, you become a creator. And the truth will manifest after the image and the likeness of its self as is written in your heart. I believe that with all my heart. I've watched it happen. So whereas we used to take a problem in and try to work with it metaphysically, holding the truth as an idea in mind, that sort of thing, identifying with what is not the truth and stuff like that, that's been big, wonderful, transformative practice. But I say unto you, that practice has fulfilled its purpose of helping us truly understand that wherever our focus is, our life experience is, or manifests the same. Wherever the focus is. So why not let the focus be in the truth, and on the truth, and as the truth, rather than doing 100,000 different things to try to effect the truth. So from now on, our discussion is going to be about the truth that needs no belief, because that's the messages in the book. The truth needs no belief in it to be the truth. That's the grace of the whole thing. That's the mystery of the whole thing. It's true to itself all the time. How about somebody pick out a paragraph that really speaks to you, and let's examine it for a few minutes, see if we can help our listeners and our new readers become more familiar with the depth of the principles as they are expressed in these chapters. Who wants to go first? Ty, you might come up here so you can be heard. I think that would be better. Hi, Ty.
Hello.
Tell me what chapter you're going to quote from.
24.
First.
Chapter 24.
Okay.
And it kind of...
What's the title of that chapter?
The Stillness of Stillness.
Can you say that a little bit clearer?
The Stillness of Stillness.
The Stillness of Stillness. Okay.
And, this one called to me. I read 6 chapters. And I read them in order. And this one seems like it's a prerequisite for the other chapters.
Okay.
And I'll read. There's actually 2 paragraphs that go right in line with what you just said.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Most are hungry for the truth, given as perspectives of ideas of truth relevant to the embracement of life in earth. Truth is not a perspective. Be stilled by the truth. If you are not stilled by the truth, it is not truth. The only truth there is truth itself, and one who keepeth watch, which is still, aligns with truth, equal and the same.
Beautiful.
Truth is only known in the stillness of itself. If multitudes were to gather in the ways of stillness, truth would be revealed. Allow the beauty of this message given to be in lingering.
Given to be what?
Given to be in lingering.
In lingering.
In lingering.
Okay.
When prayers are ushered from the stillness of the mind, hope and belief are not part of the movement herein kept. Hope and belief are phantoms of the opera that slept.
That slept.
Be now awake to belief's curtailment, for herein faith is the elixir of stillness found, beyond belief believed. When belief deplanes, the only truth there is remains.
Oh, that's a great line.
Truth needs no belief to be what it is.
All right.
That just resonates with my heart so much of where I am in life. And it just really called to me. And this has been, those have probably been my two favorite paragraphs in the entire book, is those.
Have you noticed that it's much easier then to surrender all sense of a belief about something?
Well, it is. And I'm going to steal a line from the paragraph preceding these. It's a humble surrender.
Humble surrender.
It's a humble surrender. You can't just surrender. You have to humble yourself to the truth.
It's probably that you are automatically humbled from within by the truth that you are. And you, from the aspect of the truth that you are, recognize yourself. And so it becomes easier. I mean, doesn't it make a lot of sense to say the truth needs no belief in it to be true to itself?
It's profound.
It's so simple and profound at the same time. It really is. And how many years have we spent pruning our beliefs or polishing them up or being sure we got the right belief, you know? So, we've come a long way, baby. Thank you for sharing that. That's great. Anything else you wanted to say?
Thank you. It's just the entire chapter is profound.
Okay.
For me, when I am still is when everything makes sense to me without trying to make it make sense.
Okay. And in that stillness, your true nature, which is peace, already reveals itself because there's no shadow over it. There's nothing camouflaging the peace that you are.
Exactly. It's
And
just
that,
like the clouds parting on.
And that's the great gift in meditation is finally the mind gets still. And then, you know, we're after that again and after it again because there are no words to say what a deep meditation will do or how it affects your life and how it affects how you feel. It's definitely the holy. It's definitely the space of the omnipresence of the divine. And there are many levels of that deep peace within that we can dive into or be drawn into or fall into if we're just willing to be still and have no thought. You're probably going to have a lot of thoughts in your desire to have no thought because you know how law works, don't you?
Exactly.
Okay. But in that stillness, magic happens. Magic happens and you begin to bring that forward into your life. And it becomes much, much easier. You're more accepting of what is when the peace is there and the love is there. And there's nothing, no shadow hanging over the truth, the peace, the love, the joy. The fact that you are acceptance. You are accepting this truth. You don't need to know about it so much as to what it is. You just know that it is. I am that I am. And so the moment runs into the moment that runs into the moment, then becomes an actual unconscious choice to be true to who you are.
It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, that's great. I'm so excited. I get the chills, the bumpy chills, the God bumps. A friend of mine calls them God bumps. When truth is spoken and the aha rings true, and the freedom that comes from letting go of any kind of entrapment by the mind is just grace, and so amazing to watch it. And you wake up the next day feeling exuberant and excited, and you don't even know what for. You're no longer holding affirmations of truth because the truth is holding you.
I no longer ask myself, why am I so happy or why am I so giddy? I just am. I just am.
You just
happy
am. You don't
and
have
giddy.
anything but I just am.
It's
You
like
know?
the belief system caters to delving into the mystery, where when you accept, you just live from your truth, you're just part of the mystery. You're just part of the mystery.
Yeah. And all that is true all the time of you. But it's like something comes along and lifts the veil that enables us to have that revelation, that understanding, that experience of being that truth. Well, that's great. Yay. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Love ya.
Love you.
Who else had a paragraph from that beautiful book?
Oh, I have something.
Miss Diana.
Yes. Since you mentioned Revelation, my chapter was chapter 3, Revelations.
Oh, okay.
And I'll read a paragraph. Calling forth what is of eternal life in all, the love of God, beacons for itself a pathway. Let your heart be opened wide by what desires calls love, by what desire calls love. What you seek to know in love shall be the opening, the can opener, if you will, of the heart. The holy light of Christ beckons with a beacon of yearning. Allow this yearning to penetrate through. That resonated with me because one of the things I've been going through has been a yearning to open my heart again, and I've wanted it so badly, and it just hasn't been there. My business was shut down. I've had been laid off several times since that happened. It just seems like a lot of things have happened, and it's made me weary. And in doing so, my heart has gradually, over time, been shut down. And I don't feel like me, because I'm not expressing that joyful, exuberant person that I had been when everything was going perfect. So what this tells me is allow this yearning to penetrate through.
Yes.
So the teaching is telling me that that's the can opener. That's going to open it. Is just hold on to that yearning and let that work through me to bring out.
Anytime there is a yearning for that which is true, it's coming from that which is true already, trying to be accepted. And so it's like a stoplight. Yearning is the light trying to be true to itself, and it won't let you go until whatever you're holding on to is released or collapses or lets go. And then as soon as that happens, then the yearning is no longer there. It's not necessary. It's a signal. It's a caution light. Not a caution light, but a signal that which is true is trying to express. And so when I get into those yearnings, I look at that very, very closely and see, okay, what is it that is true to my nature that I am blocking on some level. It may be some thought about or some fear, like you said, you lost jobs and relationships get involved and stuff like that. Well, those are the things that block the fulfillment of the true nature. So if all I have to do is be willing. It's take this from me, Lord. You know, I surrender all. God is all there is, and therefore I am the presence, and I accept the yearning as the calling to be true to who I am, and then all else will fall into place. But we always try to fix the things that are out of place with our choices in our mind, and sometimes that's all fine, but our choices sometimes are made at the level of, at the same level of the error, of the mistake. For instance, if you were in a relationship and you got hurt by that, maybe he abandoned you or something like that, then that creates all that energy that's in resistance, that free flow of love, for love's sake, you know, because love is who I am, and when I'm not in alignment with who I am, then the yearning starts. It's like the heart is breaking. It feels like that, and so you can let that go, back in tune. It's beautiful. So how are things now?
I'm feeling more at peace and more like my loving self.
I had one encounter with Jesus Christ in all of the years that I've been so devoted to the Christ. One encounter in a meditation, in a vision. It was a vision. And in the vision, I was walking on the beach, and I sat down kind of in a yoga style. There was nobody there. It was just this beautiful ocean scene. And all of a sudden, I looked to my right, and there was Jesus walking in the sand close to where the tide comes in. And I can remember literally saying inside, "Oh my God, there comes Jesus." And sure enough, I kept my head down like this in the vision, and I saw him walk up, but I didn't look up. I could just see the sandals and the feet. And I finally looked up, and what came from my heart was, "How may I serve you, Lord?" And he looked straight into my eyes and he said, "Be yourself." And at first I took that as permission, you know, to be silly and crazy if I wanted to be, or to yell and scream whenever I wanted to be, or to laugh in the middle of silence, or whatever. I could, you know, if that was my impulse, I could just be that. But then I realized that it was more and more about being the true nature of the peace, the love, and the joy, functioning in creativity through the laws of attraction, of abundance, acceptance, and freedom. So that's all we need to do is be yourself. And you are a beautiful expression of that self.
Thank you.
Look at this smile. It's great. Thank you, dear Diana. Any other one that you wanted to share?
Not at the moment.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Are we good? How about if we're good for today? Would you want to come and share a paragraph? Do you want to ask a question?
Thank you for asking that.
She has arrived. All right, well, we're going to take a break now, and we'll come back probably tomorrow before we do any more filming. And we will continue to let the Book of Love bless us. So thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Memories we shared together, moments no one else can know. I will keep them close was meant to be. Time goes by, and the snow is drifting slowly in the sky. Cold night, as you lie beside me, I can hear your heartbeat. You have lost yourself in dreaming. I have lost myself in you. Now we lie beneath the sky, stars and midnight blue. Stars and midnight